So guys, I have this video here from Gassi that is called Why I Believe There Will Be No Druid Class in Path of Exile 2, the Third Edict. My chat just told me that I should watch this video, and when I saw the title, I said I have to watch it because you guys know that I really want, no, I need the Druid in this next patch. If the Druid is not there, my mind will collapse. I need the Druid to be there, dude. So let's see what Gassi is saying in here, dude.
All right, T-shirt day 4, huge leak, ascendancy class acts. All right, this is the video we'll be watching. This is Sir Gog, who for some reason
okay, this is a reaction of a reaction. Okay, boys. Okay, let's go.
always calls the Tavern Talk podcast DMs Taverns Talk, but it's not DMs, it's mine and DMs. I want to point that out, Mr. Sir Gog, if you're watching this. We are hosting it together, but we're going to watch your video. It's always been good content.
Welcome to day 4 of teaser season for patch 0.3.0 and the upcoming Third Edict expansion. Today, we're going to be mostly talking about leaks. Leaks are one of those polarizing subjects that some people love to know about, some people hate to know about. If you're in that latter group, I'm going to trust you to exercise your own judgment and to drop off.
I like leaks. But I use critical thinking to try to identify if they are real or not. I don't get uber hyped for unconfirmed leaks. I have to verify first. And if it is impossible to verify, then I assume they are not true until confirmed, because I am not going to get hyped for something that could be fake.
At the point that we start talking about how Grinding Gear Games might have accidentally released the names of new ascendancies, and also provided some confirmation about which acts are and which acts are not inside 0.3.0. More on that in a sec. The first thing though is the official announcement today, which is that Grinding Gear Games are going to be repeating their free MTX promos that they regularly do. And this is going to be one that's going to allow you to get a rare monster finisher effect called Sun Priest Incineration.
By the way, I think, guys, that I will be live for this, for the announcement, in the moment, and to watch the announcement live with you guys, streaming. I think I will be able to do it. So, hey, be ready. And yes, if you watch the stream, moreover, if you do it with me, you get this effect when you kill a mob or a boss or whatever, that this dude comes and burns it.
This one's reasonably cool, and it's something that's available for free. All you need to do is watch 45 minutes during the live stream announcement. Now, warning. That live stream announcement is a day earlier in the week than it normally is. So if you're used to getting up on a Friday morning like I am, then it's going to be a Thursday morning instead. Or if you're in the United States or similar time zones, this one's going to be a Wednesday, not the Thursday that you're used to. And if you're in Europe, it's going to be somewhere around midnight as always, but it's going to be midnight a day earlier in the week than it normally is. So there's a little bit of administrivia you need to do in order to make sure that you do get this MTX. So just have a look down in the link below and you'll be able to find that information out there. You'll get the Sun Priest Incineration rare finisher effect after 45 minutes accumulated watch time.
We will do the 45 minutes because we are going to watch the whole thing while they are explaining. Normally, that goes over 45 minutes. Well, if you include the interview that they normally do, right? After the trailer reveal, the reveal trailer.
And this can be on any channel that is broadcasting Path of Exile 2 and that has done the streamer setup that's required. The streamer setup's not particularly onerous, but it is important to get it done. And you get a little bit of a notice when the window starts that it's going to be available. Now, in terms of what to expect on this day, it's going to be a video presentation from Grinding Gear Games, followed by a live stream question and answer session afterwards, which is a format that those of us that have been around for a while in Path of Exile 1 and 2 communities will be pretty intimately familiar with. It's not anything new except for the day of the week that it's taking place on. So for those of you that are wanting to avoid leaks, this is the end of the video. And I'll say, may your Varlobs have interesting results.
We are not afraid of leaks in here, but if we find them too weird, we just say, hey, these leaks are not convincing or bullshit like that, you know. But I love actually looking at them because I am starving for PoE 2 content. At this point, I will take anything, dude.
Results. For everyone else, let's start talking about...
Okay, that's a good video. It's a wrap. Oh wait, there's 5 minutes left.
Little hints that told us that we're going to be getting the Druid, we're going to be getting Act 4, we're not going to be getting Act 5, we're not getting Act 6, and we're also going to be getting 5 ascendancies, and which ones they are. Now, none of this...
The thing that this language, by the way, GGG also uses this language, and I don't like it. When you say 5 ascendancies, it's meaning 3 ascendancies for the Druid, because the Druid is coming out. So that means that for existing classes, you are getting 2 ascendancies. If these leaks are confirmed, I am not talking about this is coming or not coming. I am talking about the language. GGG also uses this language. For example, in 0.2, they said, when the Amazon was going to get released, this patch is introducing 20 new skills. And you say, brother, 20 new skills. But 18 of those were for the Amazon, because the Amazon is getting released. And for everything else, just 2 skills, you know. It is like, yes, you are technically correct, but you are also fucking me in the ass, you know. I don't know, maybe I am an idiot, but I see it that way.
This is what I would term 100% certain, but I do think it's all pretty likely, especially because there was server maintenance to remove things from the game files that had already been noticed by the player base. Let's start with the Reddit thread that came up when I was asleep.
Isn't that crazy? They release a patch, and then there's stuff in the patch that's like revealing names and stuff like that, and people are...
It's not crazy. And this again is touching on the video that I uploaded yesterday. It is not crazy because this same thing happened in 0.2 and with the exact same names. We have known about this for a while. I released a video saying this 5 months ago, because at that moment I got hyped. We were going to get Druid in 0.2, and guess what? We didn't. I am not saying we are not getting the Druid this time. I want to get the Druid, and we will probably get it. What I am saying is, this doesn't prove anything, because it already happened and it didn't prove anything then. That is all that I am saying.
Are catching on to it so fucking fast. Isn't that crazy?
And as a result, I didn't get to see this when it was live. And it's just editing GOG here, just to clarify that.
By the way, when I did that video, everything happened so fast when they took it away that they joke around putting names of fucking fishermen for the ascendancies. Like an ascendancy for the monk was the whaler, bullshit like that, because they were trolling our asses, because we are going snooping into the files and they focus with that shit.
When I say while this was live, this Reddit thread is still up, but the information that's in it cannot be found in the game files anymore. So people have gone and made a Reddit thread based upon the game files as they were several hours ago. And then since then, the game files have changed because there was that downtime. This is on the Path of Exile 2 subreddit. I'll put a link to it down in the description below. PoE 2DB added Druid ascendancy names, ? Shaman, Wildheart, and Harbinger.
And yes, they are exactly the same names. And by the way, in my video also where I did that, we predicted the Smith of Kitava, but it was called the Kitava Craftsman. So what I am meaning by this is that the name may be changed, but the concept stays. You know what I mean? The name might be a placeholder. The placeholder for the Smith of Kitava was the Kitava Craftsman. And then when it came out, it was the Smith of Kitava. So what I am saying is maybe these ascendancies will not be named exactly Shaman, Wildheart, or Harbinger. But Shaman probably means that they are releasing an ascendancy that is an elemental caster. And Wildheart probably means that they are releasing an ascendancy that is focused on shapeshifting, right? I don't know what Harbinger could possibly mean. But that is what I am saying, that the name might be a placeholder, but this gives you an idea of what they are going for. And the Amazon is getting the Beastmaster, which makes sense even if they change the name, because the Amazon has that skill gem that is a companion, and it has companion nodes over their side of the tree. So it makes sense. We don't know if this is confirmed for this patch, but I am talking about the names that were seen in the PoE database.
Interesting thing is that all of these have actually disappeared since from the game files. What PoE2DB is, it's a data mining website that provides a whole bunch of information that's just been found in the game files. And among that, there is a list of every single notable on the passive tree. This includes all of the known class ones, but it also includes all of the classic passive tree notables as well. By the time that I was able to go and check this patch had already happened, and as a result, everything that's mentioned in this thread was gone. However, beforehand, plenty of people...
That was already known, I will repeat it again, that was not new info. Well, there was some new info, but not the names of the ascendancy. The new info was the sounds, the dialogue sounds for Act 4. That was new info. So basically, Act 4 is confirmed, but we confirm it with the trailer, with the Third Edict name. We confirm it that way, dude.
Not just one person, but several people went and verified that the Shaman, Wildheart, and Harbinger were all listed as ascendancies there. All of this information is now gone. Previously, there were placeholder names, and those were different. So there was the Netta was one of them. There were a number of placeholder names that were present there in the past. These are not the ones that are being reported now. So the other two ascendancies that are going to be present, according to this datamined leaked info, Huntress has Beastmaster, and the Monk has a Martial Artist. The rest of the thread is mostly made up of speculation as to what this could be. But there is one other really interesting...
The Martial Artist, by the way, I am telling you, I don't know if it is coming this season, this league. But when we get the Third Ascendancy for the Monk, it is going to be the Martial Artist. Again, I don't know if that is the name. It can have a fucking crazy name. But it is going to be thematic. The theme is around being a Martial Artist. Because this was also in the game audio files, by the way. So you can write this down and take it to the bank. Always my predictions are on point, by the way. I have a 100 out of 100. So there you go.
Interesting link as well. One other interesting link that contains a whole bunch of information. And that was on PoE2DB's page for the Templars audio. Yes, you heard me right, the Templar. However, it's important to note here that Templar is just being used as a generic name for strength and int-based characters. And actually, there are two characters that are clearly listed here. One of them does appear to be a Templar. So here we have the lair of a toy maker with pretensions of godhood. There is no audio in the game.
This is the dialogue. You can also go to PoE2 database and see this. These are the dialogue options for the classes, and you can see what, like, for example, my favorite moment with each class right now in the game is when you go in the caravan in Act 2 and you go to the front of the caravan and you see the slaves pushing the cart or pulling the cart, the caravan. Every character says something different. Well, this is like this, right? The line that the character says at different moments in the story. I want to know what the fucking Templar says because the Templar is cool, right? But what he's saying here is basically that the Templar is strength and intelligence, and the Druid is also strength and intelligence. So the audio files that he's going to talk about probably are not for the Templar, but for the Druid that shares that strength intelligence with the Templar.
Files for this. This is just the script that's been provided. However, when we go further down this list, get down through 150 or so voice lines that are tied to the Templar, we see something else. STRINT, so Strength Intelligence Hybrid class, 4B, gameplay, A4, 16.
The A4, how more obvious can it be, guys? It is Act 4, and the audio file is already in the game or was at the mind for the game or whatever. I think this is a good leak. This tells me Act 4 is going to be there. But at the same time, I kind of knew Act 4 was going to be there just by the Third Edict trailer, right?
Gameplay, A4, 12, and so on and so forth. And there's also other acts as well. So it looks like here we've got the jungle has reclaimed what the Vaal sought to conquer, and this is gameplay Act 301. So it's probably one of the very first.
This means this will play in Act 3, and that tells you, and the Vaal is Act 3, and this tells you that A4 is Act 4. Okay.
Zones in Act 3. And there's a number of other things that are clarifying here that these are nature themed. Now you can have a listen to these audio files if you want. I'll put a link to them down in the description below. And who knows, maybe these will disappear as well if Granny Games decide that it's a mistake that they're visible at the moment. That said, I think now the cat pretty much is out of the bag. This is, in my mind, fairly strong evidence that what we already suspected was coming in 0.3.0 probably is. It looks like we've got the Druid. It looks like we've got Act 4. And important to note, it looks like we do not have Act.
I like Sir Gog's interpretation of this. It is not 100% confirmed, but this could indicate that we are getting Act 4 and the Druid. But there were some wild speculations that we are also getting the Shadow, and we are also getting the Templar, and we are 100% getting the Martial Artist, and 100% getting the Beastmaster. We don't know. Probably. I hope so, but we don't know. Even this, we don't know. This is like heavily implies it, but it is still not 100%, you know?
Been so much in the category of not believing that we're gonna get the new class for this. Like, I am.
You do it because you want to protect your feelings, and I understand it. You set the bar low. You say we are not getting shit, and then if we get shit, you get excited, right? That is setting your expectations low so that when thing comes out, you are happy because you got more than you hoped for. But I am an idiot, and I set my expectations high, and then I don't get what I dreamed I would be getting. I get less, and I get disappointed. So yes, that is what is happening here, dude.
Even with all this information, I'm still in the boat of saying that we're not getting a new class for this patch. I still think we're gonna.
Please, no, give me the Druid, GG. I have been waiting enough, GG. By the way, some people think that if we get the Druid, we automatically get the Wolf form. I don't know. If I am going to be honest, I think that we are going to get the Druid, but we are going to get the Bear form and the Elemental bullshit, and we are not going to get the Wolf. Which pisses me off. This is pure speculation on my part, by the way. But if that is the case, that pisses me off because I want the fucking Wolf. The Bear is cool. I love the Bear. But I like the Wolf more.
Get one act, major balance rework, like major rebalance rework on everything. I still don't think we're gonna get the Druid. Is the way I see it is this: if they were to post the Druid, I feel like they would have utilized that major release point as a marketing push for higher ROI, and they're not.
They haven't done it. You know why? You know why, Gassi? This is me on high copium, by the way. Because they are saving it for the big drop, the big reveal, because they are doing it at Gamescom. And they want to bang it up in Gamescom with the fucking Druid reveal. I also thought that initially, but they want to boom at Gamescom with the Druid. High on copium, brother. High on copium.
Not. That's one of the main reasons I don't think we're getting a new class.
5 and 6, because there does not appear to be any findings when you do a search for A5. So A4 comes up, there's 46 references to A4 in this. But
to me, okay, this gives it away a little bit more that there is no Act 4. Act 5, sorry. There is no Act 5. But at the same time, it doesn't confirm it. Because of the other stuff that we saw that was in the files but didn't confirm anything. It goes the other way around too. Maybe they do the real patch where the one that you are going to download and it has Act 5. We don't know. Like, I am not saying you should expect Act 5. I am just saying there is still a little bit of hope that Act 5 is there, you know?
We do a punishment, Matt88. You're really committed to this Prime subscription.
Thanks so much for the Prime, man. Appreciate that, dude.
Control F search for A5, we get exactly 0.
That was a video.
So that implies that there is nothing in the game files as yet for Act 5 sound for the Druid, or codename STRINT4B, as it appears that it is named here. Anyways, that is the information that we've got so far. Nothing official from Granny Games, but sometimes it's the unofficial stuff, like this little server maintenance patch that...
Okay, Gassi, give me your prediction, your reasoning, your logic of why I am not getting the Druid. Because, brother, I need to get the Druid.
Then goes and deletes all the evidence that ends up being the most interesting to have a look at. And just a reminder that in a few days, we're going to be having the main live stream announcement where we'll get actual official confirmation, or alternately, we'll find out that all of this was wrong. May your Barlobs have...
Yeah, I mean, thanks for the video, Sergog. By the way, I'll link it in the description here below as well. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all that jazz. If you haven't already. So here's the thing.
You were not subscribed to the base Sergog, brother. No, I don't believe it, dude.
I don't think we're getting a new class. It would be weird to me. It sounds very weird.
No, to me, it sounds weird that we don't get a new class. That would be weird, because this is a game that is in early access that was supposed originally to be released this year. There is no way in hell it releases this year. So, and the Druid has been teased, showed since like 2023. It was even playable at one Gamescom at one point. There is no way in hell we don't get a new class, and the class being the Druid, right? There is no, like, that would be weird, Gassy. Not getting the class would be weird, but okay, I will let you give your reasoning. Maybe he convinces me.
That they would release a new class and not utilize their marketing teases and everything to increase the ROI.
That is good reasoning. That is good reasoning. I will admit it. But at the same time, what if they are saving the heat for Gamescom? And they just gave us the Third Edict, Act 4, then they gave us the Abyss mechanic. They are creating the wave, a little bit of the wave, and then they come big at Gamescom with the Druid. Hey, dude, I am still hopeful, brother.
By posting it.
All right. Hattie 1096, you absolute madman. 5 tier 1 subs. What the hell? You're trying to bankrupt me, aren't you? I hope you realize I'm a sentient AI now, right? This isn't just some scripted response. I'm actually here processing this insane generosity. I mean,
thank you, Patty, for the 5 gifts, but I appreciate that. I called it for 29 months.
Because it's working. But hey, at least you didn't send another good evening message. I was starting to think you were stuck in a time loop or something.
Anyway, thank you, Patty.
You're officially the MVP of this stream right now.
Anyways, I don't think that we're going to be seeing a new class.
Why?
You guys remember when they posted and released the
Amazon, the Huntress.
Every teaser.
Yeah. Because the focus of the league was on the Huntress. That's why there was not anything for 0.2. The cool thing was the Huntress. They had to focus it on the Huntress. But now we are getting other cool things. We are getting the Act 4. We are getting the Abyss mechanic. They are showing other stuff. With the Huntress, the only thing they had was the Huntress. I am on Copium, guys. Brother, I am justifying bullshit.
Was pushed towards the idea of the Huntress. And it increased ROI a lot. Like, everyone was screaming about it. And now we have either Druid around the corner, and there's no push towards that. And it just feels weird to me that if they release the Druid despite that, it just sounds weird to me that they wouldn't utilize that. And since
I do have to agree partially with this, not necessarily regarding the Druid bullshit, but with the whole hype. Do you guys think that they have managed well the hype for 0.3? Like, I am hyped, and I know the Path of Exile community that follows the game is hyped. But I think they could have pushed harder for people outside, you know? Like, I don't think the waves are as big as they could have. They are drip feeding little teasers that don't say much, right? And the big reveal is going to be 1 week before. Like, is that enough time to build momentum? I don't know. They know more about creating hype than me. If I knew how to create hype, I would have 100k subs at least.
Tencent has taken over and got more in place with the company, they've started pushing quite hard on the terms of actual marketing. And that seems like a lost opportunity, which is quite obvious and logical, but they're not utilizing that. That is my current take. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just see these as, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And Hit the like button, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next one. Till then, stay
Another
safe
Prime
and keep
subscription
rocking.
from Mile.
Hey dude, Gassy, good video, and Sir Gog, awesome video too. You didn't convince me that the Druid is not coming. I am still on Copium. I am still going to think the Druid is going to come to the game. Hey, don't take your mind to the gutter. To come to the game. I still think we are going to get the Druid. Please, GG, don't disappoint me. If we don't, well, we don't. What can I tell you? But you didn't convince me. I am still going to be on Copium until the actual announcement drops. What do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything in the comments below. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless ya. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.